Hello and welcome, boys and girls, children of all ages. I am here commentating once again for you for qualifying for the PRL Championship. Round number 4, we got it wrong last time, thinking it was round number 2. We were in fact at round number 3. This is round number 4 at the Autodrome Nacional di Monza in Italy. The Tifosi out in force today, but no Italian driver, as Karnak unfortunately could not make his home Grand Prix. Sad times indeed. Aiden has unfortunately retired from the session. That doesn't sound too good. As we watch Skillet as he goes down into the first corner. Some new faces, some familiar faces. It's an interesting grid today. It's a 20-man lobby. And this is going to be big. It's going to be entertaining, and I hope you guys will have a good time watching it. It's going to be very warm in here, and my voice is already sore. So we shall battle through and make it to the end of this, hopefully gripping Italian Grand Prix together. As we're still coming through the Lesmos. I know the corner names. I'm all prepared. Let's go through Lesmo 2. Why are the leaves falling? I don't understand. I understand it's added for dramatic effect, as people say, but I'm not. I have no idea why. Why not? I guess, eh? Let's come through the trickiest part of the section, in my opinion, the Ascari chicane. Now he comes down to the Parabolica. He comes now to set his first lap, and the first lap, timed lap of this lobby. He comes across the line to set a 1:21.9. We're gonna go. No, that's not what we wanted to do. Shirako as well here in the manor. We'll run you through Enigma, who goes P2 actually on softs. Skib as well. Sparking, one of our newer drivers, and that's somebody spun. That looks like a Z-Takes, that is. Kings AX. Obviously a lot of new drivers. We'll be sure to run through them in a minute. You can see now as we run through our... Good, we'll watch Harvey, a new driver in the Red Bull as Max Verstappen, I'm sure. That's going to enjoy him quite a bit. Going through the Ascari chicane onto the straight now towards the Parabolica. And you can see the McLaren in the background there. I feel like Monza is one of those tracks that's very difficult to commentate on during qualifying, as not a whole lot actually happens, to be honest. There's a lot of straights and a lot of people going through the same corners. He goes P11 on his first qualifying run here in PRL. Ivan Bellin as well. He is also on his first PRL debut. I've got some Haribos, so I'm going to have one of those. I mean, it's part of the broadcast. It helps me calm my nerves. It doesn't. It just makes me feel fat, which also isn't good, but it is what it is. Good Haribos, I must admit. Even Ballard, comes around around the Parabolica, and he dives into the pits. I mean, that's a bit of a letdown, really, isn't it? Right. While we have a minute here, we're going to... Oh. That's not good. I've just realised I'm using mobile data. That's not good. Right. We shall run you through the new improved lineup, the new drivers. Today's... Nope, previous car. He's going to be... Oh, a spinning manor there. That is Shirako, the spinning manor. What's Kip Tetji on his first flying lap here in PRL. As I mentioned earlier, no Karnak this race. But it is what it is, unfortunately. So, first of all, in the Sauber, you will be seeing... He might actually be out on track, I wonder. But anyway, all Ubeck, close enough. It might actually be that sour. Oh yeah, no, there's 2 sours at the moment actually. So I'll lie. In the Williams, we obviously have Milk and Ness is more now filling in. I think he's actually under a different name in this race. Let me run over to the timings. That doesn't show you what car everybody's in. That's a bit crap, isn't it? Let's try to find a Williams. Williams. There's one Williams. Not the right Williams. Okay, I do apologise, we can't see him at the moment. But yes, I believe he is he's in the other Williams. For now, we see Ian out on his opening outlap. Actually, it'll probably be his second run now, won't it? Sampster, as he comes through now the second chicane, will continue running through. In Haas, we now have Ian as a full-time driver, or Shinika. I'm going to call him Ian, so you know who I mean. And we have Enigma, obviously, in there as well. Those are the drivers that have been moved up to a full-time driver. Now in the waiting seats, we have Harvey, who today is driving the Red Bull. We have KXS, who's driving the... I can picture the not Haas, no, Sauber. And we have K-Tips. Failed again. All fixed out. Okay, good, Aiden. I'm glad that's fixed. Rather have you in this race than out. It's going to be a cracker, I believe. Some actually have called off that race. And we have Kip et G in the other waiting car. He is today in a manor, as he is partnering Shirako, who's obviously waiting driver, a reserve driver from last season, and continues to be a reserve driver for the rest of this season. Should I say? Phil again. He's just ahead on the softer tyres, it must be said. The NTX Rage retires from the session. Oh, and that would be why he has lost a wheel. And that looks like it is. Can I get a better camera angle of this one? Yeah, it is. It's into the it's out on the exit of the second Lesmos. How on earth did that happen? Oh, please tell me he's not. Please tell me he's set a lap. Oh dear. Actually, Aiden's a bit ahead of me. That's okay. Oh, we could have issues. Actually, it's alright. I disappear straight away. It's alright. Don't worry. Just ignore me. Here we go. Shirako will drive on board with the... Oh. There we go. We'll drive on board with the Manamarushia. The driver. The Belgian. Hits that first apex and hits the second back end, stepping out a little bit. Hasn't done much practice, it must be said. Literally realised the race was today and went, oi, can I join? And he was able to get a seat, as we were short anyway, by 1. Which makes it our first full grid of the season, which will make it extremely entertaining, as he now goes to cross the line in 17th place. That's not great, Shirako, I'll be honest. You've let me down there. Sparklings, who is... Oh no, this has gone horribly wrong. Sober. That is Ulbeck, Sparkling. The full-time driver in the Sauber. Obviously the other Sauber driver is normally me, but I have jumped shipped to Renault today, just because. So we can let that seat be open a bit more. Also, Crystal Catcher, as he comes across the line actually here to go P8. Not a bad lap from him indeed. P4 there for I've lost the person I wanted to watch. There we go. Oh, he looks like he's made a mistake somewhere. Where's that? KXZ. It's words. Comes into the Scary chicane hitting those apexes quite nicely. Looks a little bit wide. He was a little bit wide, that's why. He's on an outlap actually at the moment, so it's not the end of the world. Yarmolenko, P16 at the moment. Shirako, still on the soft tyres actually, does another lap. He goes P17 still. Harvey on super soft tyres. Comes now into the Parabolica. He looks like he's turning a little bit too much. Got to try and keep the steering wheel open for that one. Don't carry as much speed, and he actually drops the pedal a little bit early. Hayden's left the session. That is worrying. Our P20 driver. Yarmolenko and P16. Let's try and jump. Oh, who's that in the goal? That's S-Cube into the corner one. Phil still in first place. His lap's ruined by the sounds of things there. Crystal Catcher comes into the pits. Samster, who is on a flying lap allegedly, in P11. Not a bad place to start, it must be said. He actually loses way off the apex there. That was not good by the Samster himself. He's not carrying as much speed as I was expecting. Aiden rejoins the session, which is good because, like I say, we would rather see him racing today than not see him racing, for obvious reasons, because it's just fun. We'll watch Samster and then we'll jump over to Vioxic, because I think he'll be on a lap. Samster probably missing actually that apex, but he carries the speed alright. Down on the straight, but to the Parabolica. Braking at the 100-meter boards just after. Gets that car turned in. Probably could have braked a little bit later and squeezed on the power just to drag the car out wide. He's coming up. He's not actually going to the inside, which is unusual. He stays P11. Go to previous car now. Got Salah and Vioxic, who's going extremely slow. I think he's setting up a lap actually. I apologise. There he goes. You can see Vioxic there versus the Red Bull driver. As you can see how unopen his steering is. He gets the quick turn in and then he opens up the steering to not scrub off as much power. In 8th gear now. Seems to have quite short 8th gear actually. Into the braking zone. Nails it, does he? Maybe not. Nails the second apex, it must be said. Now on the power. Looks pretty good. And now he's got a landmark as well in that Sauber ahead. He just knows he can catch it. Actually the Sauber's weaving, that's probably a little bit distracting. Now he's got to have full faith in the Sauber. Oh, and the Sauber slows him up. Well, now watch Ian as he goes for his lap in his SF1 car in P4. Actually, not a bad lap from either. A bit of a front lock brake. It's that apex. It's that second apex. Actually, keeping it in first. Surprised he didn't get a bit more tail happy there, to be honest. He's sticking on it quite nicely now through the Curva Grande and into the chicane. Breaks down. Looks like the back end actually got away from him there, but it actually seemed to work. It sort of pivoted the car around. Samster retires from the session. I think he's just outside the top 10. Switching in now through the Lesmos. The Lesmo 2. Touching the apex. And now powering out of the corner. Now into the Ascari chicane. Breaking down gear 4 to gear 5 quickly. Touching all those chicanes. Probably cutting a little bit too much off on the first apex, but we'll give him the benefit of the doubt for now. Now braking just there. Gets the car turned in. Now he's going to open up the steering so he can get the power down. Very nice, actually. Now is he going to cut to the side? He is going to cut to the wall. He does improve for P3. Very good by Ian indeed. Now we've got a battle for P1. It's Phil versus Skillets. And Skillets actually seems to be on an outlap, or something like that. Maybe a double warm-up. Skillets retires from the session, so that's him out of the hunt for P1. Phil now, he's got to keep his head down. Let's have a look here, actually. If we can quickly. Oh, we're going to run. He's got it by 3/10 as well. He's actually got a pretty decent lead on this one. touches that apex, runs out a little bit wide. But it works fine in the end. Runs a little bit wide off there as well, but perfectly within. By most accounts anyway. Braking now for the final corner of Parabolica. Keeps it in 5th there magically. Don't think he's going to improve on this lap, it must be said. That final corner looked a little bit dodgy. Comes across the line to do a 1:21 for... It's a decent lap, it must be said. Milik goes P2. And Vioxic... Oh, he's messed up that first section. S-Cube on a flying lap is final of the session. So he's trying to propel himself up the grid. P6 in this field is fairly decent. But obviously if you're Vioxic S-Cube, you're going to think you want a little bit more. So yeah, absolute turn up there. No idea what that is. That was nice into that corner actually. Gets quite a bit of the apex. Now into Lesmo 1. Yeah, that's quite nice. To Lesmo 2. Again, quite nice. Maybe could have carried a little bit more speed, but that's not the end of the world. Let's try find him. As well, no, we don't want to go on broadcast. Yeah, we'll go on broadcast view. I'm not bothered. Into Escarish again. Now, down towards the Parabolica. Oh, I'm dying. As I told you, my voice is not where I want it to be for the shout commentating, but we'll try our best. We'll try our best, no doubt. So Tex retires from the session. S-Cube stays P6. And that is KXS in the gravel trap into the Parabolica into Lesmo 1. Shirako comes now across the line. Is he going to improve on P17? He does. P16 across the line. Milik looks like there he is. Actually broken a little bit of wing. Shirako replies with, "For fuck's sake, you're shit, Shirako. That's the problem." Kidding. Shirako is actually a fairly decent driver. Obviously, can't really do much with no practice. Let's see who else is out on track. Got KXZ. What on earth is he doing? Are they having a wank or something? I don't know, Shirako. You tell me, boy. You tell me. What's this guy doing? Hang on, I shall exert my authority and tell somebody to tell him to retire. To retire. Yeah. I shall use my connection. I haven't typed. I mean, I'll tell you what I've typed here. I've done tell so, but spelt wrong. To RETIT smiley face RE. Good lad. Qualifying complete. We've got it. Is he? There we go. Right. Okay. Our grid today. We're gonna have to be very quick with it today. Phil from Milik from Skillets from. Ian from Vioxic, from SQ, from Salah, from Enigma, from Crystal, from Wombo, from Samster, from Yarmolenko, from Z-Takes, from Sparking even, from Shirako, from Keptype, from RV, from Ivan Bloom, from Aiden, from me, from DNTX Rage, from KXZ, who's actually been disqualified. Interesting. No time on either of those two drivers. We will end our stream here for qualifying. You know the drill by now. I'll be back with you very shortly for the race. Good luck and have fun. I shall see you then. Goodbye.